Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another World of Tanks replay. And today we have the pleasure, I almost said honour, it could be an honour, we have the pleasure of watching Trev, as we shall call him, and he is the commander, the leader of the Oof clan, of which we know Vulture from, Mummy is from, Yorkie was in, there are a few people I know in there, and yeah, he is the leader, the commander, and he is playing in his Chieftain on Abbey, some tier 10s, some tier 9s, some tier 8s, and he is of course coming to the 1-2 line, the predominantly heavy line. And his tier 10 heavy counterpart is actually an E100. Now this is the buffed E100. It has the stronger frontal turret armor. But as we can see from the ammo loadout, that should not be a problem for Trev, because predominantly full gold. I mean, why would you not? If you play in this thing, why would you not go full gold? Because 322 pen is disgustingly good. And 1334 meters per second shell velocity is also very nice. Far better than the 1150 of the standard APCR. Now an object 430 rather has popped up, and yeah, Trev don't give a damn. He's just gonna roll in, slap him one, and gets the reload onto the Progetto, tracks the Progetto as well. It's a beautiful shot, takes one from the Progetto, but I don't think he will mind too much. He should be able to use this rock here and this little dip here that he should be able to stay hold down behind, and yeah, it's not really a problem, especially given he keeps tracking that Progetto, and the Progetto seemingly doesn't have a repair kit or cannot be fucked to use it. And literally just as he repaired, Trev was able to shoot him again, but the Progetto gets away this time, and instead he decides to go for the 430's track, which he does, but the 430 repairs very quickly. He's now going to see if he can get the TVP. Beautiful shot into the turret. And that TVP is now running away for reload, so Trev wants to see if he can get him again. Get shot in the back by Progetto 46 from the middle, and that is something he will need to be wary of as he wants to make the push on this 430U and this T10. The T10 gets a shot, slight over angle at the rear there from Trev, but it's nothing to worry about. He's still got a lot of HP, and I mean, look, he's 3 minutes in, right? And he's at almost 4k already. And he's just making it look easy. The DPM of this Chieftain is very nice. And there's the Progetto ticking us to over 4k now. And despite all of the allied tanks around this side, they don't seem to be doing much. I.e. this T26E5 and T55A, as Trev puts another shot into the 430 and takes one as well. 420 roll from the 430, but he gets taken out with the superior DPM on the Chieftain, and the T10 finally gets taken out as well by an ally Leo PTA. And there's a full health E75 for Trev to farm. I'm surprised he didn't go for a tracking shot given his allies were going to push through there. Instead, he is just taking the damage, and that's fair enough. I do not blame him at all. He is now at 5.6k, and this is why he's a better player than me. I mean, I do enjoy commentating on very good gameplay from people that are far better than me, because I do end up learning quite a lot, and I see that, you know, they're using the fundamentals of the game perfectly. Like that initial interaction that Trev had with the 430 and the T10 and the Progetto and the TVP on this corner over here, he was only being shot at one gun at a time. He wasn't overexposing himself to get an easier shot or whatever. He was just dealing with what was in front of him, and is now being pushed by an ally VK 10001P. A tier 8 super heavy pushing out the tier 10 Chieftain. Like, and he's driving side on in front of an E100 who hit for 479, so I'm guessing he has the mouse gun on. Or is that a Minro? That could be a Minro. I can't remember off the top of my head, and I can't be bothered to figure it out. Trev puts a shot in the back of the ally VK as he's going for, I don't know what you'd call it, the bar at the top. I know it's a weak point that you can go for, especially if Trev zooms in again. There we go. There's a little like nubby bit on the right there as you face it, where where you normally try to aim. Right, as you can see, those 3 shots perfectly grouped in there. That is a very good place to aim on a hold down E100. And yeah, Trev's up to 7.9k at this point. He has taken a bit of a beating, but his team is up 10-6, so it's not something too pressing, not something too much to worry about at this point. But 7.9k is a very nice game indeed. And there are trees falling over here. And it is the Skoda, and the Skoda puts Trev down to a 1-shot. He is on 56 HP right now. So he has to be very careful if he wants to farm some more damage. And I think he's deciding he wants to come up to where the T55A and the E5 are, just to get a nice sniping position safe on the shelf. He's changing his mind because the ally TVP, well, the ally TVP made a good push, and it highlighted that the Skoda and the enemy TVP had both moved away. So Trev should be able to get to where the ally TVP was, like this ridge line, so he can be under the guns and be hull down on the ridge as well. And he should be able to get some nice late game damage as well as spotting here, potentially. He sees the Skoda, puts one into him, and gets saved by the T55A, thankfully. Not sure how well the armor would have held up if the Skoda had been able to get some shots off. The Object 140 just took out the T55A over here, so he is most likely still over in this corner. I'm sure Trev already knows that. Given the Object 140's last spot position, he's not likely to have moved far from there. And like I say, Trev's a much better player than me. He'll know this shit already, you know. Oh, and he won't forgive me if I don't say he used to be a pro, don't you know? He used to be part of Daki's team during the pro esports days, and yeah, best T1 player going is Trev. Anyway, back to the game as the TVP gets spotted, and Trev wants to take him out like so he can progress further into farming the Scorpion and the Object 140 up to 8.8k. And I mean, he's just made it look so easy, hasn't he? How many of us could be in the same situation? If you dropped us into this game, how many of us would do this well? I know for one, I would not, because I'm not a good player. There are a few people I know that watch that would be able to. Vulture, Beaver, Yorkie, just to name a few. Mummy as well. Just to name a few, they would be able to. I, however, would not. And that's what I appreciate in watching replays of good people playing in good tanks, playing this well, is they make it look effortless, but if you look, you can also pick up what you would do wrong and what they do right, what they do so well when they do it right. Like he was firing HE at that Scorpion originally, changed back to the APCR because he wanted to see if he could find the 140. The 140 was spotted, instantly changed back to the HE, And he's just farming the Scorp. See, that side shot on the Scorp. How many of us would push around, try and shoot the turret of the Scorp? Because I know I probably would. And that would have fucked me. Whereas Trev knows with the HE, he can pen the side of that Scorp. He can overmatch the side. Can he overmatch the side? Pretty sure he can overmatch the side. Either way, I wouldn't have done that. But Trev did. And that is why he can't quite get 10k. Sad times. Not even 10k. Like, what the fuck? Come on, Trev. I'm only joking. Because, you know, it's as near as fucking damn it. 9,987 damage from Trev. In an unbelievably nice carry. And, boy oh boy. Makes me want a Chieftain more, you know? So I can at least try and play as well as this. Oh dear. But yes, incredibly well played, Trev. Yeah, like I've been saying throughout, you just made it look so easy, and that is one of the hallmarks of a very good player. Like, I'm sure he didn't even break a sweat. This was probably such an easy farm for him, and yeah, I think we can all appreciate what a great game that was. I hope you have all enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye.